Okay, there are clusters on the CN tower. CN tower has no lights. Whatever is glowing there is not sun reflection because there's no sun. It's still raining. There are clusters on it. The air is just filled with those things. You can't even get through them. And there's nothing wrong with the camera. They're emitting electromagnetic pulses my way because I'm filming this. That's coming from right over at the CN tower. And they're shooting electromagnetic pulses at the camera so that they blur it. I was gonna see what's over here. You can see the clusters right there. There's tons of orbs in the air. There's a cluster forming right there, right on the structure which supports the CN tower. There's going to be a glowing cluster in a little while. It's forming. Let's see if anybody's on the balcony. Here's that other cluster. That's outside the apartment, that's not inside of it. And that's a glowing cluster, it's active. You can see the orbs revolving around it, around the nucleus. And that's very bright. And here are the two hardly visible aliens that are there all the time practically. I'm gonna back up, see if I can get a better and a clearer shot of them. You can see that cluster is right below. So you have the CN tower right above. Here's a cluster that's going to charge up. Here's one charging up right at the tower. This is the restaurant part. This one just lit up. It wasn't there before. You can tell that that's a cluster, that there's no light there. And the whole section of town is out. There's no light. Here's another cluster. This is the viewing deck in the CN tower. And right there in the middle are more active clusters, and orbs are revolving super fast around the deck in counterclockwise motion. And there's more clusters. They're less active, they're not glowing as much. And this one is glowing. It's very active. I'm going down the structure. I'm going to check if there's anything else on the roof of this building. And there's more clusters right there. These are all clusters. I think they have a little landing pad there on the roof because they have it all marked out. That whole roof is marked up with lights, but they're not lights, they're just clusters glowing. It looks like an airport for helicopters or other craft. The whole roof is all marked out. Yeah, from one end to the other. You can see that whole thing is glowing. And there's an orb cluster right there on the bottom. And it looks like somebody else is there. It's hard to make out. How bright those things are. And that whole area of Toronto has been knocked out. There's no electricity. And that whole roof has been marked like an airport. Like all those glowing clusters everywhere. Let's see if I can catch these guys here. The sun just came out. I'm gonna adjust the camera. It won't stay. Oh, that looks like two humanoid figures to me. I don't know. They look very transparent. But that looks like two humanoid figures to me. Whatever they are, they got big heads. Definitely looks like two humanoid figures to me. The one on the right of the screen, as you're looking at it, looks like he has his hands on his hips or down by his side. Slinky little body and a big head. Let's see what's happening with this cluster here. You can see the orbs, how fast they're moving around the nucleus. That's two clusters acting like a particle accelerator, exchanging orbs back and forth till they get them up to speed. So I'll just leave it in the center so that you can see. You should be able to see them exchanging orbs back and forth, and what they're doing is just speeding them up. Every time they exchange them, they speed them up even faster. When they get them up to speed that they require them to be at, they shoot them off into the sky. I'm going to try and find those other ones that were glowing.